God chose you because He believes in you. God chose you because He knew He could trust you. And God chose you because He wants you to see yourself the way He sees you. Hi everybody, my name is Auntie and thank you so much for tuning in again to part 2 of my Disney Bible series. I am so overjoyed to be doing part 2 with you and how God spoke to me when I was watching Moana. But before we begin, let's just go ahead and address the elephant in the room. I know it's been so long, I think like 9 months to be exact, and I sincerely apologize for that. I am so sorry, and I thank everyone who has joined since then. Hey! And I really feel like you all deserve an explanation, so I'm going to give you the top 3 reasons why I've been MIA, just so you can kind of, I guess, understand a little bit, but I am still very, very sorry. So the first reason why, and as you can kind of tell from the background, I moved, y'all. So I moved on campus to become a resident assistant. And fun fact, you can be an RA as a law student or a grad student. I would check with your university, but I'm now an RA. So being an RA in law school has been a transition. And also I was just a little self-conscious about my background. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm not gonna have a cute background. But I came to my senses and I'm here. So if you want any like information or any like videos, if you want me to do any videos of like being an RA in law school, let me know. I'll be happy to do so. So the second reason, y'all, is that I caught COVID. I caught COVID in March and I was just so scared. I couldn't go back home to South Carolina and I couldn't stay in the dorms. And so I didn't know what to do, but thankfully and thank God, and we'll touch on more of this later on, but His favor just follows me while I'm here, and I was able to go to a hotel for 10 days to quarantine free of charge, and it was just such a blessing. But yeah, I had COVID and I just had to recover once I was released from quarantine. My final exams were like in 2 weeks. And so it was just a really busy time for me. The third reason, y'all, is that I'm in law school and it can just be a lot sometimes. My schedule is really busy and hectic and insane sometimes, but I'm really trying to do better. So those were just 3 reasons, coupled with a lot of other things, but I really hope that you all understand, and I'm gonna try to do better from now on, or at least not let 9 months pass by. So let's get into the reason why you are here today, which is part 2 of my Disney Bible Encouragement series and how God spoke to me while I was watching Moana. So first I'm going to give you an overview of Moana. I'm so sorry for those who have not seen it. 10 out of 10 recommend, by the way. I hope you see it before this, but if you haven't, please go watch it right after this. And then just where I was on my journey when God spoke to me about Moana, and then just some encouragement that I can leave you with. So let's get started. I just ask one thing, that you all just please be kind with me as I share this and get all my thoughts out. This is going to be a very vulnerable video for me, I feel like. And so just please be kind and patient with me. So if you see Moana, she's a lovely, beautiful princess who just feels drawn to the water. She feels pulled to the water. She feels like the ocean has called her. But her parents do not support it. And you know what? I think I'm going to stop right there. Just for a second. You know, sometimes the people closest to you will try to box you in. But do not let anyone project their insecurities onto you. Even if you don't have the support of those closest to you, of those of your loved ones, it is okay. If you feel pulled towards something, if you feel like God is calling to something, do that. God is not a God of confusion, and He's definitely not someone who will place something in your heart just to toll with it. If you don't get anything from this video, I just pray that when God speaks to you about something, that you obey. Okay, now I can resume my overview. So Moana feels drawn to the ocean, and eventually she goes out to find Maui. And she's faced with many difficulties on her journey. But the ocean not only protects her, but the ocean develops her and shows her things about herself that she never even knew existed. At one point, she gives up. She's just like, Ocean, choose someone else. I'm not the right person for the job. I give up. I can't do this. Choose someone else, please. Then God sent an angel to remind her exactly who she was. And Homegirl jumped back in the ocean, got the heart, and went on to save her island. So God actually spoke to me about Moana when I was watching the movie during my first year in law school. I know I talked about it briefly in my Finding Nemo video about how I felt like God assigned me to my law school and just in Pennsylvania in general. And I guess I can just elaborate more on that in this video. Um, when I say God sent me here, it's like He sent me here. And I'll explain. So, all my life, I've been a really great student. In high school, I graduated like top 10 of my class. In college, I graduated summa cum laude. And like I touched on in my last video, I received an LSAC fee waiver when applying for law schools, not because of my academics, but for low income students. And because of that, most of my applications, well, all of my applications were free. And so I applied to about 25 schools. I didn't have to pay for anything by the grace of God. And so I just knew I was going to have a lot of options. But I actually got rejected from every single school except for the law school that I'm at in Pennsylvania. Now, don't get me wrong. The law school that I'm at is great. It was just such a shocker to like me and my family, and not because I think I'm this genius. It was just that you have your target schools and then your middle schools and then your like safety schools, and I didn't even get into my safety schools, and I was just so surprised. But like I said in my Finding Nemo video, you really just have to trust your journey. And I remember praying and asking God for His will to be done, and He did just that by sending me here. So I packed up my Honda Accord and drove from South Carolina to Pennsylvania, moved up there in my car by myself. When I got to school, my school just has this like wealthy, prestigious feel to it. And it was just very intimidating and kind of overwhelming as a student from more of a humble background. And I just felt like I didn't really fit in. And then on top of that, because I moved here in my car, I had to buy a lot of the things that I needed once I got here. And so I had to buy a bed, I had to buy a desk, I had to buy like a kitchen table. And because of that, my refund check money kind of went out quicker than my peers. And so I had a lot of financial difficulties as well. And so it was just really, really hard being so far away from families, dealing with all of this on top of the stress of law school. I remember asking God, crying out to God and asking Him, why did you send me here? Why did you choose me to come here? I'm so uncomfortable, Lord. I'm so different. It is so hard for me. Why? And honestly, y'all, He has yet to answer that why I was sent here. But I can say, if He doesn't ever answer that, I am so grateful that He sent me here. I'm grateful because I grew up in church, but now my relationship with God is tighter than ever. That is my best friend. Ari problems. I'm also just so grateful because this season has just made me so proud of who I am and where I come from. I don't know, growing up humble, I was just always so ashamed and embarrassed, but coming here, I own it. Like, I'm just so proud. I find myself thanking my parents more for the manners that they have taught me and just for the values that they instilled in me. It's like I'm just so proud and appreciative of just growing up and having a humble beginning. I'm also grateful because I feel like God is strengthening me emotionally and physically. Y'all, I have moved 4 times in law school, 4 times in a city where I have no family, 4 times by myself. I am 5'1". I am just a small little thing, but I am carrying around these boxes. I'm doing my thing. I'm doing what I have to do, but God has given me the strength to do it. And He has just been with me every step of the way. And 3 of those moves have been strictly for financial reasons, whether it's just too expensive to stay here or this place will save me money. So those have been the reasons. But my journey is my journey. It's different, it's hard, but God is with me. I'm also grateful, y'all, because I feel the advocate in me rising. All my life, people have always said, girl, you are too nice. You need to put your foot down. And before law school, people were saying, oh, you're not going to be a good lawyer. You're not aggressive enough, and all of that. And to be completely honest, I do struggle with having that fear of confrontation, and I pretty much avoid conflict at all costs if I can. But I'm learning in this season that God did not give me the spirit of fear. It's so funny. I was actually watching a sermon by Pastor Darius Daniels the other day, and he was basically describing the personalities of Jesus, one being the lamb and the other the lion. And he basically discussed how in order to reach our full potential and reach the level of purpose that God has for us, there needs to be a balance between the two. And sometimes we have to be adjusted through adversity to be more like the lamb or more like the lion. And I feel like naturally I am a lamb, naturally. But in this season, God is teaching me how to be a lion. So that's all to say, like, even if God never, ever, ever answers why I was sent to PA or why I was sent to this school, I have got the benefits along with so many other things I've gotten out of this experience. And I have one more year here. Who knows? I might have to stay. Maybe He wants me in PA longer. I don't know. My prayer is always, God, where you want me to be, I'll be. And so we'll see. I really hope this video isn't all over the place and that y'all are kind of following along okay. I just wanted to share to give you all a better understanding of my heart and where I was when God spoke to me about Moana and where I kind of am today. But the first thing I want to share is that it's really important that when God gives us an assignment or calls us to something, we do not have to do it all in our own strength. God is our ever-present help, and He will send people just like He sent people to Moana to encourage us, to be there for us, and to assist us on our journey. And not to get sidetracked again, but I could say this has definitely been the case for me in PA. And if God sends you somewhere, He is going to take care of you. I have testimonies for days, but I'm just going to leave it at this. If you are where God wants you to be, if He sends you somewhere and you obey, He will open doors for you that no man can close. His light will shine upon you. He will give you grace with the people around you, and His favor will follow you. That's it. When you are called and set apart by God, it is not going to be easy. There will be many nights, many times where you want to throw in the towel, give up, and ask God to choose someone else. But I just want to encourage you that even when it's heavy, you have to stay strong and stay the course. God chose you because he believes in you. God chose you because he knew he could trust you. And God chose you because he wants you to see yourself the way he sees you. He knew Moana was a voyager this whole time, but she had to go across the sea so that she could find out herself. God chose you to change your island. Because of what Moana did, her people remembered who they were. And they're no longer fearful, but they're hopeful. And so maybe God chose you to change your community, to change your family's legacy. You know, sometimes it's not even about you, it's about his glory and his people, and he trusts you enough to carry out his will. So look at it as an honor. I know it's hard, but God does not make mistakes, and you are the perfect person for the job. So own it. I just have a very special place in my heart for this movie and this lesson and this encouragement video, because I am the first person in my family to go off to college and to go to law school. So it is a lot. I feel like the first go through a lot, but we are the chosen ones, and God chose us for a reason, and we have to remember who we are. So when I just get so down and out, I remember Moana when she was about to give up, and I look up and I say, my name is Auntie Anna. I am Princess of the Most High, and I can do this. Alright, y'all, that is it for today. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. If you didn't, it's okay. You can give me a thumbs down, but make sure that you hit subscribe because you might like the next one. Also, y'all, I just realized, and I know you're probably like, girl, you've been talking this whole time. I just realized that my shirt was not showing during this video, and I'm so upset. But my shirt says, this is not by chance God chose me. It has a little cross right here and crosses on the side, and my line sister actually created this shirt. She is an amazing and brilliant, God-fearing author, wife, and businesswoman. I love her so much. I'm going to make sure to put her information, her Instagram, and a link to purchase this shirt down in the description box. I almost forgot. So the next video will be how God spoke to me when I was watching, drumroll, my favorite movie. If you guessed it, you get all my love for the rest of your life, The Lion King. And so hopefully I will have that video out to you soon. Until then, I wish you joy, love, peace, harmony, just all the goodness that this world has to offer. Many blessings to you. I love you so much. See you soon. Okay, sorry. Okay, did I do it? Okay. I'm actually recording this afterwards because I forgot to tell you guys. Don't forget to check the description box for scriptures that you can meditate on in your quiet time. I love these scriptures. I meditate on these scriptures myself because, like I mentioned, my story is still pending. I'm still going through some things up here, but I already have the victory because I serve the undisputed champion of the world, and so do you. And so just stay encouraged. I love you so, so much again. Mwah.